I just want to ask you, like, what do you think are the Patriots' goals for this year? Because I was thinking about that earlier, and the way they are building, it doesn't scream to me that the goal is to win a Super Bowl. I just don't know how they want to get, like, are they still in the rebuild phase? Are they looking at 2024 and 2025? Like,
and
what's
that's what I was
this year?
That's what I was concerned about, is that 2022 was screwed up even further than we really even give it credit for. That they again have to run through an entire season to figure out how good Mac Jones is in year 3, as opposed to finding out in year 2. Find out what their identity is going to be with Bill O'Brien. They have to reconsider whether or not they can run wide zone or not. They have to figure out whether they can actually block up front and on when who needs to be extended or not. Can David Andrews still play the position? There are people at the positions that I think are fine to trot out there, but we don't know how good they are or not good they are, because last year was such a trash pile. Ironically, and I've had former coaches on the Patriots say this to me, Bill is more secure making moves on defense. And I really think the Jonathan Jones decision speaks to that. Look, if I'm going to spend $10 million a year on a player, it's going to be 26-year-old Jacoby Myers or 29-year-old Jonathan Jones. One guy's durable and one guy's not. Well, I'm helping my defense. At least I know what Jonathan Jones will do. He's not really going to be interdependent on whether or not Connor McDermott is my starting right tackle or not. So I'll take Jonathan Jones and take my chances finding a suitable replacement for Jacoby Myers. But that's not a sure thing, and that doesn't satiate the disappointment and, urge to win that Robert Kraft seems to have.
I just wonder if, like, is ownership, is everybody on the same page? Is ownership and Bill, are they on the same page?
Yeah,
in terms of
what,
just to get back to that.
Yeah.
What are they after this year? Because if they were after the playoffs, adding talent and adding it early we've seen it with the Patriots, give you that 1-year bump to get into the playoffs. And then you're in, and then anything can happen. And maybe you win a game, and maybe that's enough to satiate Robert Kraft. But is Bill looking at it as he's always looked at his team and said, well, no, I need a team for this year, but I also need a team for 5 years from now. And I don't want to do anything that's going to hamper me well down the line, which there's merit in that as well, right? It feels like it's a more urgent situation given that they haven't been to the playoffs in a while. And I was expecting a more urgent sort of legal tampering period these last 2 days.
It comes down to this: $32 million or so in cap space right now. And the pressure is certainly on Bill to go and spend it. But I think by extension too, the pressure is on Robert Kraft through the fans who believe that he's the one who controls the purse strings and won't let Bill spend. I don't think that's the case. I think Bill pretty much he's making, $25-30 million a year, Bill is. I don't think he's real tight with the dough. Maybe I'm wrong. Be that as it may. Why would Bill Belichick mention that we're one of the lowest spending teams in the NFL? See, these are the little things going on, that things aren't said by happenstance. And the detail inside Bill Belichick's comment about how little the Patriots have spent since 2020 or 2019 shows that was with forethought broached. What's the point? Was it, hey, I'm a pretty economically responsible guy? Was that hey, if my guy had let me spend more, maybe things would look different, but he doesn't? I can't imagine that would be the case. Not pulling down more than any coach in professional sports or college sports. And not after the spending free of $172 million in guaranteed money last year. So what was the point of that? Why would he say that? And then why and who is deciding to cause a no-buzz team to have a no-buzz start to free agency? Is it Bill? Is it Bob? Is it the two of them? I don't know. You don't either. That's why it's a great question you posed. Why? I do think Robert probably isn't, like,
really heavily involved in the free agent stuff, unless there's a big guaranteed figure that's on the table for them to start talking about. I don't think he's in the office saying, let's go get that guy. Let's go get that guy. I think he kind of lets
100% not.
Bill Belichick go about it. And so, to me, it's an owner who wants to win right now. And it's a coach who, again, there's merit in this. And it's respectable in many ways that he's a guy who's in his 70s right now. And it doesn't look like he's going all in to win right now, because maybe he feels like he needs to set this team up to be in a better position multiple years down the road than would be the case if he were to spend an obscene amount of money this offseason.
I do want to interject. That's something that the Krafts have always believed and appreciated about Bill Belichick. In contrast to Bill Parcells, who didn't care what it looked like when he walked away from an organization in their minds. Bill has that, I want to leave this place better than I found it feeling. It's impossible to do. Well, actually, he's already done it, but they don't think that they'll leave him in a burning building and run out into the sidewalk and say, see ya. So I can see that, but still it's this confluence of, you got to spend to get better. Do they not see guys worth spending on? And that's fair too. Do they not know enough about the players they already have on their own roster? I suspect that's a bit of it, but I don't like seeing Jacoby Myers playing someplace else. I don't mind Jonnu Smith leaving, but the two things in conjunction irk me.
I don't think you're alone in that.
That's enough for today.
Okay.